What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I've got a very special package in from Puma. So why don't we open this guy up and see what we've got. Before we get into the video, I want to give a huge thank you to Puma for sponsoring today's video and sending over this pair of sneakers, which I've actually had my eye on for a long time. And I'm super excited that they were willing to sponsor this video. I actually just got back from Complex Con and Fomer Simpson was there and he was wearing this pair of sneakers and it made me want it even more. So when Puma reached out and told me they were going to send them over, I was like, yes, absolutely, that sounds awesome. So I'm really stoked to see these in hand. I have obviously seen them on Fomer Simpson's feet, but other than that, that's been my total exposure to this shoe other than blogs online. So the first thing you see inside the shipping box is, of course, the red Puma box. Let's drop this guy out. There we go. Just your standard bright red Puma box, looking very nice and clean. And then inside this box, we've got a note. The note reads, "Hey Seth, standing out never looked so good. Enjoy the Liquid Cell Optic at Puma Sports Style." Thank you guys so much for sending this over. Like I said, I'm hyped on this sneaker. So here we go with the first look. Nice. The Puma Liquid Cell Optic. This is a shoe that I was genuinely waiting for a while. I really like the Liquid Cell and it's actually a shoe that I wore a lot more than I thought I would. And when I saw images of this leak online, I was stoked. Let me pull out the paper from inside the shoe because the upper of this sneaker is translucent, so you can actually see it. So we take all that paper out, both shoes. So the first thing that you might have noticed about the Puma Liquid Cell Optic is this crazy bright upper. And that's something that I think they did really well on this sneaker. And what I really like about this upper is that if you look closely at it, it's actually semi-translucent. So all these clear areas in the upper are actually made up of this clear plastic mesh, which makes the upper super light, super breathable, and then all the colored areas that you see on top of the plastic mesh are actually these thin fuse overlay panels. So you've got a blue one and an orange one on the toe, you've got a red one on the medial side of the toe, and then of course a neon green on the lateral side. That clear mesh is sick. If you've watched any of my other previous videos, you know that I love clear mesh shoes because you can change the way the shoe looks by just changing the color of your socks. So it really allows you to customize the look of the sneaker on the fly. So if you have bright neon green socks, you can throw those on and make this a primarily neon green shoe. If you have red socks, you can make the shoe look mostly red. If you want to go crazy with it, you can throw on multicolor socks and have like an insanely colorful upper. It really just depends on what you like. For a thin translucent mesh material, it does feel pretty good to the touch. It has sort of a plasticky vibe to it, which I actually like because that means it should be a little bit more durable than if it was just a standard fabric mesh. Another detail that I really like are these bright blue accents around the lace eyelets. They really make the tongue area pop, which I think is really cool. Of course, you've got bright white laces to sort of accent the look. And then underneath the laces, it looks like you've actually got a clear tongue and then the word Puma written in sort of a teal color. Of course, you've got another color on the tongue. You've got this bright pink semi-translucent Puma tag at the top, which I actually really like. Along the sides of the shoe, you've actually got these clear TPU accents. The front accent that actually has the bottom lace eyelet has a blue Puma logo, and then the accent running along the midfoot of the shoe is a Puma logo. Oh, I didn't see that before. Okay, so these colors underneath the clear TPU panel are actually Puma logos that are sort of misplaced or spread out along the side of the shoe. So the upper one is an orange one and the bottom one is a green one. It almost gives the side of the shoe like a kaleidoscope effect, which I really like. The medial side of the shoe is actually a lot more plain. You don't have a lot of that crazy coloring going on, which I actually kind of prefer the lateral side, and I like that they decided to go crazy on it. It looks like the color that they've used the most on the upper is this neon green, and they've used it mostly around the ankle and a little bit on the toe. Why don't I try these guys on really quick, let you know how they feel, and maybe get some B-roll as well. Okay, so these do seem to run true to size. They fit me fine. I didn't have any issues at all. The upper is pretty breathable, which you would expect from a plastic mesh upper. I actually really love the way these looked on feet. They were like really bright and really crazy, but I wore them with black socks, which sort of changed the entire look of the upper. There's really not any padding on the upper, which I don't think is a bad thing because this is definitely more of a lifestyle sneaker. Like, I wouldn't go running in this shoe. But for a lifestyle sneaker, it felt good on foot. There was no complaints at all. And I just really like the way it looked. The inside of the shoe comes in white with the Puma Liquid Cell logo printed in red on the heel. Then moving down on the shoe, you've got this sort of thick, chunky midsole. And something I like about that is that it gives you this sort of dad shoe, bulky shoe aesthetic without actually being bulky or feeling bulky, especially since the upper is so thin and so light. The forefoot and heel feature Puma's Liquid Cell technology, which is sort of a gel feeling cushion, which I've never seen on any other sneaker brand's shoe, which I think is kind of cool. The rest of the midsole is made up of a standard foam, as you can see on the lateral side. The bottom of the shoe has what looks to be a white rubber outsole with a few cut throughs to the liquid cell, so you can actually see it through these tiny little holes. I mean, this shoe is sick. This is a really cool looking sneaker. I think this might actually be my favorite Puma sneaker of 2019. Last year it was the Puma Thunder Spectra, and this year it's the Liquid Cell Optic. I just really love the way this shoe looks. It's crazy, it's out there, it's got a translucent upper so you can change the look of the shoe on the fly. I think it's a great looking sneaker. If you're trying to grab a pair of the Puma Liquid Cell Optics for yourself, they're available right now on Puma.com for $110. Once again, huge thank you to Puma for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to leave your thoughts on the Puma Liquid Cell Optic in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.